Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Wingate Solutions. I hope you're doing well. So out in the woods, dodging a little bit of rain, trying to make a few videos on handguns today. So just some things that I like, tips and tricks, kind of my setups, things like that can help some of you guys maybe in your journey of just getting into this stuff, or maybe you've been doing it a while, but just kind of want some different perspectives on things. And today I'm going to be talking about holsters, like specifically Safariland outside the waistband, overt duty style holsters. I've carried a gun professionally for a little over 9 years now. A good chunk of that, majority of that was on the SWAT side of the house. And I moved to a different area now. So now I'm just mostly doing it part-time. And I'm doing a lot of training at the academy level, things like that at this point. So I'm kind of doing it a little different now, but I have a lot of years carrying one of these. So I have decent experience, decent knowledge on what works, what doesn't. I've seen a lot of holsters fail, seen a lot of guys have problems, and the Safarilands they're not perfect. I think they just have been in the game a long time and have had such a proven track record, but there's so many of them out there. You're going to see failures, and specifically, I'll get into in a minute, like which ones I like and don't like. And without getting too much into retention today, because that's a whole nother topic, I'm just focusing mostly on the ALS style holsters. If you like the SLS, which is the hood bail, which makes it a level 3, that's cool too. I've used one of those forever. If you're like running this sort of gun in like law enforcement capacity, that's probably recommended, especially if you're going to be close proximity to people. But it's going to be job specific. If you're more of like a tactical guy, or someone that's going to be getting out of the holster a lot, and you're doing more like fugitive work or room clear and things like that, and you're relying on getting this holster out quickly more often than you are having mere encounters with like a drunk guy, well then ALS might be the way to go for you. But like I said, another video for another day. I like the 6390 Safariland. Now there's a million different numbers in general. I don't know if that's just a Glock related one, but the 6390 bucket, ALS Kydex style, whether it's Cordura wrapped or not, still is like that Kydex formed holster. They're my go-to. Where the 7000 series holster, which this one is, I don't know if it has exactly on it what it is, 7376 RDS. I don't like these as much. Now this one hasn't failed me, but I've seen a lot of these fail, and it's that like injection mold. Well, basically it's just like formed plastic, right? So the way these are made, I have a feeling these are insanely cheap to produce compared to these. But that's just my guess. So these come in a little cheaper. So a lot of departments, a lot of guys get these because they're a little bit more cost effective. But I've seen a lot of them split and break. You'll see a lot of them now will actually have a plastic band around them. And I guess that was a Band-Aid to try to fix that, I'm assuming. But I've seen the hoods have a lot more issues than this style. And I've just seen more of them crack and break over the years, the 7000, especially the light bearing. So ones that have the ability to put a gun mounted light in, I've seen them break a lot. So when you can, I'd get a 6000 series, 6390, I think 6360 might be the level 3 one. Check me, double check your stuff. But usually the 6000 series, good. 7000 series, not my favorite, generally. That's kind of one of the things I want to talk about. I'm a huge fan of the QLS, so quick locking system, the forks for these, for a lot of reasons. One, if you're switching out guns on belts, or switching this onto a paddle, or switching things around in general, it's pretty nice to be able to just take the holster off and switch a gun or whatever. I like that. Other Pro has a little more standoff from the body. So if you're wearing body armor or any type of kit, it does allow you to have a little more streamlined draw where you're not getting in the way of things. So I like that just a little bit. It's not like you're, sticking the gun all over here. It's just enough that I like it. Also, if you ever trained in gravel or rocks, it's easy to get rocks in your holster. This allows you to physically, especially on the range, take the holster off, dump it upside down while you like put your gun in your other hand and get the rocks out, and then click it right back in and reholster up safely without having to do some kind of like jumping around the range trying to jostle the rocks out of your holster. It happens all the time. Different holsters are more prone to that. Like this one, I haven't drilled a hole in the bottom. So this one, I'd have to take the holster off to dump out a rock or gravel. And that's another thing that's recommended is consider, modifying that cap on the bottom if you don't care about modifying your holster. It's nice to have a hole drilled there, where like this style, you physically can't, as far as I know, do that without really jeopardizing the integrity of the holster. But this style, it's not a big deal. This cap's kind of just stuck in there. It's not really doing much. But anyway, do your own research on that. So, little teaser. This is going to be one of my new products that my brother and I have been working on. It is my enlarged release lever for the ALS. And I think you guys are going to like it. So, just my take on it. It's like carbon fiber reinforced nylon, 3D printed. So, really strong, but also very cost effective for me to produce. And it's going to come in at a pretty good price point. I think you guys are going to like. So that's kind of why I'm making that. And yeah, stay tuned for that. That's just a teaser on that guy. But yeah, anyway, I'm by no means saying Safariland's the way to go, because there's things I definitely do and don't like about them. But it's just the best one that I've found. I know a lot of people are going to the Alien Gear duty holsters, and I'm intrigued by them. I think at some point I'll get one just to see how I like it. And I've seen good things about them. I've had guys come through classes and they seem to work well. I've heard good things about them. So that might be an alternative if I was going to look into switching from Safariland to something like that. Would be the Alien Gear duty holster. I'm not a fan of the Blackhawks. I've never have been. Maybe I have a little bit of bias then, but I've never liked their trigger finger release. I've heard a lot of bad things. A lot of people shooting themselves. A lot of things get stuck in that, make it so it's almost impossible to get the gun out of the holster. There's a reason why a lot of trainers don't allow those in their classes. I don't like them at all. So if you're using that style holster, that's the old style Blackhawk, just the finger release, I'd consider upgrading to something that has a thumb release for sure. Like, get away from that. Also get away from the old style nylon holsters. Those can be real dangerous too. The ones that have the straps, guys go to reholster, shoot themselves in the leg because the strap gets in the way. Those are a no-no for me as well. So get a reputable modern holster like a Safariland 6390 if you're running a red dot, or look into those Alien Gear, and hopefully someone else will come out with something cool in the future that would be comparable to those or compete with those. That's going to be a nice thumb release, still have active retention. As of now, I go Safariland. Alien Gear would be a second choice, but I don't have much personal experience with it, so take that for what it is. All right, guys, that's conclude the video. I really appreciate you watching. I know it's just a short, quick, off-the-cuff video on holsters, but I'm trying to get more content out. I know I haven't put out enough recently, so I'm trying to get the ball rolling again, get a little bit of the rust off as far as me producing some content. So figure I'd get out and make a couple of random videos. Hopefully you get something out of it or enjoyed it. I really appreciate you guys watching, especially all the way through, especially if you watch all these videos. It means a lot to me. If you want to support us any further, hit that thumbs up button, comment down below for me. I really enjoy reading them. And subscribe if you're not already. And you head over to the website. We got custom made rifle slings and sling retention straps. Soon I'll have these ALS buttons, and my leg straps will be available soon as well. A little teaser again. So head over to the website. That's WingateSolutionsLLC.com. And you can also check us out on Instagram at Wingate Solutions. That's usually where I'll have my up-to-date info on like new colorways that are in stock or new products that I'm going to be releasing. So if you're on Instagram, go check us out. Anyway, guys, appreciate you watching. Till next time, get out and train.